This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there, Jeff Cutter, and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. Excuse me. And the birthday boy today on August the 19th is one of the greatest kickers of all time in the NFL. He's known as the Great Dane because he was born in Denmark. Well, he's 62 years old today, but he played 25 seasons. 25 seasons in the NFL. Can you believe it? How many people play 25 years in the NFL in general? Tom Brady hasn't hit 25 years yet. He's hit 22, but still, anyway. He would play for the Saints, Falcons, and a few other teams. But anyway, Andersen holds the NFL record for regular season games played at 382, and he's still a kicker. He's second in field goals and points scored. I thought he would be first, to be honest with you. He is the Saints' all-time leading scorer and, inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2017, making him only the second kicker, other than Jan Stenenrud, to do that. His name is Morten Andersen. Morten Andersen was born in Copenhagen. He could have played for the junior national soccer team in Denmark, but he failed. He was an exchange student in the U.S. and decided to kick a ball in Indianapolis. He played high school football for 1 year and then was given a scholarship to Michigan State. And he helped out. He got a 63-yard field goal against Ohio State, which was the longest in Big Ten Conference history. So the Saints decided in the fourth round to take a kicker. It's like, well, do you really hit a kicker and all that? New Orleans actually ended up forfeiting their first pick, which was the number 3 overall pick, to pick Dave Wilson in the supplemental draft. That didn't work out so well. No, did it? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No. So yeah, so Morten Andersen came in as a kicker. If we look at the 1982 NFL draft, Buffalo drafted Gary Andersen. Yes, that Gary Andersen as a kicker. So, okay. But still. Anyway, so yeah. Andersen actually had one of the worst starts to a career you could have, technically. He actually ended up twisting his ankle and missing time due to his first NFL kickoff. That would be one of the worst ways to start your career. So he twisted his ankle and missed a while. But he was still very reliable and all that. With the Saints, he scored over 1,300 points, named 6 Pro Bowls and 300 field goals. In fact, before halftime in a game against the Bears in 1991, Andersen kicked a 60-yard field goal, which was the second longest in league history at the time, behind Tom Dempsey's 63-yard kick. Lots of people have hit 60-plus yards and all that. He was proficient with the Saints. Unfortunately, the Saints would release him for salary cap purposes and his seemingly massive decline. But he didn't have a job. He wasn't without a job for long. He switched to Atlanta, another team in the NFC West, and was a Pro Bowler. In 95, against the Saints, how ironic it was, he kicked 3 field goals of over 50 yards in a single game, which is amazing. And unfortunately, though, Morten Andersen would be known for a massive miss. In 96, the final game of the season, Andersen had a 30-yard field goal that would have, if he had made it, Jacksonville would have missed out on the playoffs, but he missed it inexplicably. Jacksonville actually took advantage of that. They went on the road to beat both Buffalo and Denver to get to the AFC title game, which they lost to the New England Patriots. But still, I mean, wow. 2 years later, he would redeem himself in a sense by kicking the field goal for the Falcons. As the Falcons and Vikings took each other on in the 98 NFC title game. Well, in 99, of course. But, He kicked the overtime field goal that sent the Falcons to the Super Bowl and knocked the 15-1 Vikings out of the playoffs. So anyway, yeah, it was weird. Well, Morten Andersen would play a few years with Atlanta, and then in 2001 he went to play for the Giants. He played for one. He kicked one season with the Giants, and then he went to the Chiefs for a couple of years. The Chiefs cut him on the final day of cuts. And Lawrence Tynes, former CFLer, was doing that well too. So the Vikings wanted him and all that. But he was accurate on field goals. He couldn't play in 2005 because no one wanted him. He would be an announcer in the NFL Europe. Anyway, it was huge and all that. Morten Andersen was then brought back by the Atlanta Falcons because they needed somebody. Because Michael Koenen, Koenen, was doing the punting and kicking, which is hard to believe. It was very rare. But because his field goals were getting missed and all that, he was made to punt, and then Morten Andersen would be the kicker. His first game back was against the Saints on that famous Monday Night Football game that the Saints finally returned home to Superdome since Hurricane Katrina's use. The Falcons would only score 3 points, and he would kick that field goal. He would be 5 for 5 in his second game back, which was amazing and all that. And after the 2007 season, he would retire. Morten Andersen took care of Gary Anderson's record for all-time leading scorer in NFL history. And, well, Morten has been surpassed by, I believe it's Vinatieri, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. You look pretty good. 89% on field goal accuracy. And the Falcons didn't sign him back for some strange reason. If he actually played in December, he would have been the oldest NFL player to play, beating George Bland in this record. But no, he wasn't. It was amazing that he got to the Pro Football Hall of Fame the way he did. So anyway, played 25 seasons in the NFL. He would get 565 field goals out of 709 attempts, 79% accuracy with over 2,500 points. Now, he does have some NFL records. Most games played in a career, most consecutive games by a place kicker. Well, anyway. Most seasons with 90 or more points in his career, 22. Most game-winning field goals, 103. Oldest player to kick 4 field goals in a game for Atlanta against Houston in 2007, and oldest to kick 5 field goals in a game at age 46. Most games scoring 379. Most consecutive calendar years scoring 26. Anyway, yeah, he holds Saints records for team scoring and all that. Still, I thought Garrett Hartley would have been it. He is second on many categories and all that. So, yeah. Morten Andersen thought he could play forever, but he didn't. He only lasted to 46. Man, can you imagine? 25 years for one sport. That's hard to do because of the longevity thing. And they think kickers are easy to get 25 years because, they're kickers. But no, because young, aspiring kickers would take their spots and all that. So it ended up being Morten Andersen being a hero. And that's how it is. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.